Welcome back, crew, to Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet, Miami, Florida. And for those of you who've been around for the last few episodes, you know we are now in part 3. Since we're halfway through the year, the best of 2023, our top 15 moments so far this year, and we finally made it to the top 5. So strap in, hang on, and let's get ready for the ride. Go ahead and slam the like button now, and we're going to start off with number 5, which is going to be an Invincible coming out of Haulover Inlet, and the crew winds up getting drenched in this one. Here we can see the Invincible's trying to work its way out, and our guys just stuff the ever-living snot out of this boat. There's so much water in the bow, the dogs even wind up barking when the outboards wind up coming completely out of the water due to all the weight in the front. But here we can tell this crew is completely drenched by the time this scene's over. Now, as we mentioned in the other videos, guys, we do need your help in this as well, as we need help determining the top 10 overall from 2023 at the end of the year. So as we go through these video clips, let me know which one's your favorite in the comments below. If it's this one, go ahead and put the number 5. If it's the next one, put the number 4. That way we can come back and tally up the votes at the end of the year to try and see which of these video clips are deserving to make the true top 10 at the end of 2023. And as usual, as soon as you think things are done down at Haulover, you realize that was just the beginning. Once we get out into the rollers, it's a whole nother game, and we get to go through it all over again, like this crew's about to find out. And this is going to bring us to number 4 on our list, and it's going to keep us down at Haulover Inlet, and we're going to feature a formula working its way toward the mouth of Haulover. Now, this may not be the most dramatic clip that we've caught all year, but to be at the number 4 spot, the reason it's there, it is probably one of the biggest single stuffings we've caught all year to date. This crew decides to go full-on submarine mode down at the inlet. Here we'll see they just plop right down, the bow nosedives. The crew kept on the throttle and literally just plowed their way through the wave. Absolutely just crazy stuffing here. Our crew really got lucky that our guy in the bow was still in the bow when this was all said and done. But still an absolutely wild scene down at the inlet. And that's going to bring us to number 3 on our list, and it's going to move us back over to Boca Inlet, and another one of those interesting scenes. Once again, we've talked about it a couple times. You don't always have to stuff the bow to catch a fail down at the inlet, kind of like this crew's going to find out as they start working their way out of Boca. These are some of the most dangerous days at Boca, and that's when we have some actual breakers right at the end as you're trying to get out of the inlet. And this crew gets literally vertical 2 waves in a row. Now, if you've never been vertical on a boat, it is one of those change your pants moments in your life, and this crew probably experienced that pretty quickly. They wind up turning around shortly after this, pulling the old Boca U-turn and coming right back in, but man, that is one intense ride. And this is going to bring us to number 2 on our list, which is actually going to keep us over at Boca Inlet. We are getting close to that finale, the final 2, the wildest scenes so far at the inlets. And here we go, we've got a Sueños making its way out of Boca. Cap is taking it slow. I'm guessing this is a chartered boat. All the ladies are up in the bow trying to enjoy themselves. Cap decides he's going to give them a little bit of a show, hits the throttle a little bit to try and get the boat moving, but quickly realizes that's not the greatest plan, backs off on the throttles again once the ladies start bouncing around, and that's when things start to get a little out of hand. And I'm assuming the ladies chartered this boat to get out there and have a fun day. Well, that fun day has just turned a little sideways as Boca's had other plans. This crew winds up getting absolutely demolished. They stuff the bow, Boca sends ladies flying everywhere, and the next thing we know, Cap kind of gets through the end of this. Everybody's on the floor, and it's just an ugly scene here at Boca with the ladies just tossed everywhere. I'm still curious if this was really a charter. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, because if so, I'm curious if Cap still has a job when it's all said and done. And that's going to bring us to the number 1 wildest moment at the inlet. Here's the biggest surprise of this. Number 1 is at Boca Inlet as well, which means the top 3 all wound up at Boca Inlet. Kind of a surprise. Haulover kind of getting upset on this one just a little bit. But the reality is all 3 of the scenes we've witnessed here in the top 3, including the one we're about to witness now, could have been avoided. So Boca definitely had some help. Here, our crew just purchased this boat, and somebody's bright idea was to go ahead and decide, let's go ahead and put it through its paces, see how she handles at one of the most dangerous inlets in the country on a day when the inlet is absolutely firing. And this crew's about to find out the hard way that is probably not the best place to test a boat. And this crew winds up with the boat placed directly onto the rocks at Boca Inlet. Once again, rookie mistake, trying to take an unproven boat out of an inlet that you might not be fully aware of as well. And this crew winds up in the worst case scenario they can be in. Now, when I say worst, they do get lucky. There's nobody injured on the boat, and really the only damage is to the boat itself. But this crew just bought the boat, and they wind up leaving it here. After 1 day of boat ownership, that was it. They decided it was enough. They were going to just leave the boat there, and they wound up leaving it for local Boca officials to wind up dealing with and getting the boat salvaged and off of the rocks. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Boats vs. Haulover. Don't forget to vote in the comments below. Let us know what was the best clip in this video. Once again, so we can tally those votes up, use your votes to determine what videos will be in the top 10 in the year-end edition. Thanks for watching again. If you enjoyed the content, please check out our other channels. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, who do some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got the Miami Boat Ramps channel that focuses on all the hilarity that happens at the boat ramps in South Florida. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.